Welcome to this presentation on how to register your business with the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, commonly known as NIPC. This is a critical step, especially for companies with foreign participation or those wishing to enjoy investment incentives. Over the next few minutes, I will cover what NIPC is, why registration matters, who must register, all required documents, the step-by-step registration procedure, costs and timelines, benefits, and practical tips to avoid delays. By the end, you will know exactly how to do it in a confident and compliant manner. Let's now move over to the slides for a more interactive session. Okay, we'll start the slides by understanding what NIPC is and its role. The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, NIPC, is the federal agency created to encourage, promote, and coordinate investment in Nigeria. One of its core functions is to register enterprises that have a foreign participation as required by Section 20 of the NIPC Act. To simplify bureaucracy, NIPC operates a one-stop investment center known as OSIC, where regulatory approvals and licenses from multiple government agencies are coordinated. Then the next question that we have to address is who must register with NIPC? Under the NIPC Act, companies with foreign equity participation are legally required to register with NIPC before commencing operations. Even purely Nigerian, that's local companies, often register voluntarily to qualify for incentives and benefits. Importantly, NIPC registration follows company incorporation via the Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC). It is important to note that you must already be legally incorporated company before applying to NIPC. That simply means that before you make any application, you must register with the Corporate Affairs Commission as a limited liability company in Nigeria. Just like I mentioned earlier, you can also start the entire process in OSIC, where you can also find the Corporate Affairs Commission in order to complete your registration process. Okay, let's now take a look at the documents and requirements for NIPC registration. Let us detail the key documents you must submit to NIPC in order for you to have a successful business registration with the commission. The form NIPC 1 is downloadable from the NIPC website. All you just need to do is to navigate to the NIPC website. Then you can be able to download the form and complete it accordingly. you need your CAC certificate of incorporation. Another important document is your memorandum and articles of association. And also your CAC status report is also very important. If your company is an older company, there is also the need for you to present your CAC Form 1.1 or CO2 and CO7, which shows your company's share structure and also the directorship pattern of your company. If applicable, you will also need to include a power of attorney or letter of authority. That's if you as the company, you are not applying in person, or you are using a legal practitioner or a consultant in order to make the application. Okay, next is a proof of a payment via Remita. You also need to provide the identification details of your directors and also shareholders. Then, in order to complete the NIPC Form 1, you will need your business plan, the investment value that you are bringing into Nigeria, and documentations like foreign incorporation certificate, resident permit, board resolution. All these are very important documents in order for you to complete the Form 1 and also to make a successful application for the issuance of a certificate of business registration from NIPC. We'll now take a look at the steps and a procedure for NIPC registration. Here is how to do it step by step. Firstly, you have to incorporate your company through the Corporate Affairs Commission CAC so that you can get all the necessary incorporation documents that I have mentioned earlier, which forms part of the requirements, which includes the certificate of incorporation, the status report, and your memorandum and articles of association. Then you have to download the NIPC Form 1 from the NIPC website and fill it out correctly. Next, you now have to pay the non-refundable processing fee via the Remita portal. After that, you submit all required documents either at the NIPC One-Stop Investment Center OSIC, or via email or online method, which has to be scanned. Then NIPC will have to conduct a verification and review of your submissions to check if all that you have submitted are indeed genuine. Finally, if everything checks out, you will receive the NIPC Business Registration Certificate, which shows that you have completed your registration with the Commission. Okay, let's now examine the processing time and efficiency. NIPC official guideline states that once all required documents are properly submitted, the registration certificate can be issued in as little as 24 hours. However, in real life, additional reviews, cross-checks, queries, or missing paperwork often extend the timeline. Delays usually come from verification of investment data, foreign documentation, or mismatches in submitted forms. And for For you to get the best results, you have to follow up actively, respond quickly to any NIPC requests, and ensure every document is complete at submission, because it will not be good if you make submission and expect to make inadequate submission and expect to get certification within the 24 hours timeline. So the first thing that you have to ensure is that all the documents, all certifications that you'll be uploading or submitting to the NIPC are complete, so that the review and the issuance of the certificate will fall within the expected 24 hours timeline. Okay, let's now take a look at the processing fee and payment. A key requirement is paying a non-refundable processing fee via Remita, which is typically 150,000 naira. This might come as a surprise, but 150,000 naira is now the processing fee against the 15,000 naira it used to be. So you have to take a key note of that before, if you are a lawyer or a consultant, before you start consulting with your foreign clients. You must keep proof of payment and attach it to your application package. If you remember what I've said earlier, one of the key requirements in order for you to succeed in your application is if you attach your proof of payment. This fee is designed to ensure seriousness of applications and fund administrative processing. Just like I said, it used to be 15,000 naira, but now it's 150,000 naira. That simply goes to show that anyone who is seeking NIPC registration must be a serious investor, so that you can be able to qualify for the certification. In general, there is no waiver of this fee unless under special exemption circumstances allowed by NIPC. Always confirm the current fee amount from NIPC website before paying. But as it is right now, it is 150,000 naira. But it's also wise for you to check out the exact fee from their website before you pay, because administrative review is a common thing in Nigeria. Okay, we'll now take a look at the benefit and incentives for NIPC registration. What is it that a company stands to gain in registering with the Commission? Registering with NIPC brings several strategic benefits, and we will now take a look at some of them. Firstly, it provides a legal guarantee for repatriation of capital, dividends, and profits by foreign investors. That's simply to say that the funds that you have brought into Nigeria in order to do your business, once you make a profit or dividends, NIPC registration equips you in order for you to be able to repatriate those funds back to your country of origin. Secondly, it also offers protection against expropriation, meaning government cannot seize your enterprise except in the national interest, and that cannot be done without fair compensation. So it's very important for you to register with NIPC, so that if for any reason the government wants to take over your enterprise, you will be fairly compensated. Businesses with NIPC registration can access incentives like tax breaks, duty exemptions, and pioneer status in certain sectors. That will help you in order to save some profit, which NIPC will also help you to repatriate. Finally, registration confers status and credibility in the investment environment, signaling you are compliant and recognized by government. So it's good for you to do the right thing so that you will be in good standing with the government. Okay, we'll now take a look at some of the common challenges and mistakes that you should avoid. Many registration applications get stalled due to common errors, and they include submitting incomplete documents, which is perhaps the biggest issue. I've said it earlier, it's important that you form a checklist, tick it off exactly so that you will know exactly what is left off, so that you will submit all the expected documents. Also, inconsistencies in names, addresses, and or shareholding details can also cause verification failure. That simply means you have to cross-check all the names and addresses that you will be submitting to the NIPC side by side with what is contained in all your other regulatory documents. Delays or failures to attach proof of payment often jeopardize application, because if you don't, then the application has already failed. Also, foreign documents such as foreign certificates or permits may also need translation or legalization, which adds complication. So if you are presenting any foreign certificate or permit, it's very important that you translate them to English and also you notarize them so that they will be in good legal standing. Finally, failure to follow up or promptly respond to NIPC queries or requests can often drag time. So it's important for you to be very meticulous and proactive throughout the application process. Okay, there are some practical tips for smooth registration that you have to look out for. To speed up your registration, you have to adopt to these best practices. Before submission, you have to pre-check your whole document bundle against the NIPC checklist. If you go to the NIPC website, you will see a checklist of all documents that you're expected to submit. You have to pre-check and ensure that they tally with what NIPC expects of you. Also, you can also use the One-Stop Investment Center OSIC for streamlined approval amongst the agencies. So there are various agencies, the CAC, NIPC, Custom Immigration. All of them are there so that you can be able to have a total package. Also, you have to consider engaging an experienced consultant or a lawyer who is versed in corporate practice and regulatory documentations to help you prepare and review your package so that you have a complete bundle so that you will submit all that is required by NIPC. And also always submit both scanned and originals where required. And after submission, it's very important that you monitor your application by logging in and following up and respond to any query without delay, because if you don't follow up and there are queries, you might assume that the work is being processed, not knowing that it's there for you to do the needful. These steps often separate fast approvals from long delays. So if you want your application to be approved fast, just make sure that you adopt these practical tips that I've just mentioned so that your application will be processed within the timeline that I've explained earlier, which is 24 hours. Okay, let's now take a look at a sample illustration. Here is a timeline to guide expectation. You might spend up to 1 to 3 days preparing your documents and completing company incorporation with the CAC. That's if you have not registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission before making the application for NIPC business registration. Then to fill out the NIPC Form 1 and also make payment through Remita, that can be done the same day unless you have a lot of work at hand. But if you are focused on the application, you can complete that the same day. Then submit your document to NIPC. That may take 1 to 2 days for verification and review if there are no issues. That's realistically. If all documents are in order, registration certificate issuance is often in 24 hours. So you just have to follow these timelines that is on your screen realistically so that you will not be frustrated for any reason. Note, if any missing or inconsistent item occurs, there might be some delay. So it's very important that you ensure that all your documentations are intact so that this timeline on your screen will apply. Okay, in summary, NIPC registration is essential for companies with foreign investment or businesses aiming to unlock incentives. You must first form your company via the Corporate Affairs Commission. The required document includes NIPC Form 1, your incorporation documents, your identification, financial and investment data which must be accurate. The processing fee paid via Remita is non-refundable, so you ensure your documents are perfect before submission. If done properly, you gain strong legal protection, repatriation rights, and access to incentives. This registration marks you as a credible, compliant investor in Nigeria. So if you want other investors and other stakeholders to take you serious, you must ensure that you register with the NIPC. We have covered how to register with NIPC from start to finish. Who needs to register? Required documents, costs, benefits, and practical tips. If you have any specific question, for example, about foreign investor requirement, how to prepare the business plan or how to manage cross-border documentation, kindly leave your queries in the YouTube comment section, or you can message us on the WhatsApp line on the screen. I promise I will personally respond to each question to help you complete your registration smoothly. And for personalized consultation, further guidance and additional resources on how to register with the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission (NIPC), you can visit our website to access our detailed guides, case studies, and expert insights designed to keep you informed of the latest regulatory updates and best practices. You can also partner with us to leverage our deep industry knowledge and take the next step towards successfully registering with the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to download this presentation for your future reference, and also you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content such as this one.